everyone. Welcome to the Parkscope Unprofessional Podcast Hour. It's been a long time. It's been like 3 weeks. Joining me tonight is Lane. Lane, how are you doing?
Good evening, Joseph.
How are you, Lane?
I am spectacular. Very tired. Ready for my race to be over.
Yes. So do you have a Disney Cruise Line price for us to guess today?
I do. Do you want to? I can do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
With the a 14-night eastbound Panama Canal cruise from San Diego to what I assume is Port Canaveral. Do you want the inside stateroom cheapest price or the concierge most expensive price?
Anybody want to choose one?
I haven't been introduced, so I can't talk yet.
You can talk. Everyone can talk. Just everyone can talk. Let's
do the concierge. Let's go big.
All right, Joseph, open us up. I'll give it a higher or lower with your starting number.
I'll go with $4,000.
Higher than $4,000. $4,000 wouldn't even get you an inside stateroom. Nicholas. Nicholas.
Let's do 10 G's.
10 G's. The concierge room is higher than that. Michael.
12,500.
The concierge room is higher than that. Banks, do you have a guess? 14-night Disney Wonder Panama Canal cruise. Concierge.
Let's go with 15.
14,118. I will let Banks declare the winner here. But that's not bad for 14 nights.
No, I'm the closest without going over, bro.
Yeah, I went over. So
I am the czar of this game. It's a made-up game on a made-up podcast.
This podcast is real.
It's real in our hearts.
Lane is our Bob Barker.
Make sure to
My microphone is just so much bigger.
Make sure to spade new your pets. Also joining us is Nick. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm good. I can talk now. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Nick. Also joining us is Mike. Mike, are you having fun yet?
I am so thrilled because guess what? Not only is Banks Lee here, but this is our 100th episode. What a milestone.
Isn't it really?
Awesome. Congrats, guys.
I have no idea.
That's right. We have no idea because Joe has these weird seasons, and then like these arbitrary seasons. We have like 3 a year, and Lord knows how many episodes a season. So we don't actually know what episode this is, but I'm claiming it as episode 100 because
episode 100.
Yeah, we did it, guys. We did it.
All that matters is like we have our 3-year anniversary in September. That's all I remember because we don't remember it last year.
Because like now we're like on season 15, episode 20. I don't even know, but yeah, this is
episode B,
100.
13.
We're gonna go.
It's an honor to have Banks here on our 100th episode. So
yes. We're gonna go British. We're gonna call it a series from now on, not seasons. That's our preferred way of doing this. Also joining us from Attractions the Show, it's Mr.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You already spoke under Lane. Who cares?
Yeah.
Jeez. Also joining us as our special guest is Mr.
Banks.
Yes, it is Banks, Nick. It is Banks. Nick, do you know where Banks is from? Not Texas.
Texarkana.
No, not
Texarkana.
Texas. No. What side is he from, Nick?
OrlandoUnited.com.
That's right. Yes.
Yes. Totally. This is Banks Lee from Orlando United.
Hey,
Thanks. Do you also live in the neighborhood with Andy and Brian?
No, I don't. No, oddly enough, no, I don't.
I assume that the Disney internet is just slowly all moving in this one neighborhood.
So
it's an apartment complex now. You know, they all like to kind of gather us there together to keep an eye on us.
That's good. Hey, if it gets you into media invites, I would take it.
Blogger Villas.
So Brian actually texted me a photo once he moved in. It's like his kitchen window to Brian's kitchen window, not to Andy's kitchen window, and he's just like, "Hey, look!" And it's like across a lawn, and it's just Andy's apartment. It's like I can see him. It's like that's kind of weird. I'll be honest. But anyway, thank you for joining us, Banks.
That's good to be here. It's been a while since I was a guest here.
Yeah, we needed to bring you back on. We were talking about it a while. Well, it got really awkward because you haven't been on a while, and then we were talking about it, and then Orlando United Radio mentioned, "Oh, we should have Banks back on," and I was like, we were thinking about that. We don't want to steal them again.
They always steal our ideas.
They don't always steal our ideas. We stole like the trackers like originally from them or something. I forget. Whatever. Let's start off real quick. We have Volcano Bay info.
We do.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep. So, yeah, so what is it, like water is life, life is leisure, or whatever they were saying is? I don't remember. It's kind of crazy. But Universal announced a bunch of Volcano Bay stuff. I think it was a conference in New Orleans, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah. So they released a bunch of stuff. They said they traveled to a bunch of water parks and sorry, I'm trying to read this and also speak. A bunch of water parks and high-end resorts around the world. It's going to be 28 acres. There's going to be 18 unique attractions. There's going to be Krakatoa. That's the actual spelling, my understanding. That's Krakatoa as it's spelled by Singapore, I think, or something like that. Whatever. Krakatoa is the name of the volcano. There's going to be Wave Village, River Village, and Rainforest Village. Krakatoa is going to have those really cool. You know how they have the bomber water slides, where like you stand in it, and then like the trap door falls out.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It's like EHU at Aquatica.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to have those in the volcano, and they're also going to have a state-of-the-art marquee attraction, which will be featured inside.
Which we don't know any details of yet.
They have not released anything officially. They don't have a water coaster yet, so I'm willing to bet that's a water coaster.
Assuming it's a water coaster with some show scenes.
Yeah, like a dark ride, kind of a dark water ride.
Yeah.
Bet you had screens.
Of course it does. And Shuck.
It's tough to be a water bug.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
Okay, that's gonna. I'm writing that down for the show title. Hold on. No, but sorry. So Shuck on our friend Shuck on Orlando United. I'm trying to find a pen now. Where'd my pens go? Actually suggested that this ride may actually use warmer water to simulate lava flows. Like, not throughout the whole ride, but parts of it, to make it seem like you're going up and down lava.
Huh.
Like turning on the bathtub?
Yeah, pretty much, like a hot tub or something. And, like, everyone's response to that was, like, I hope everyone empties their bladders before they get on this ride.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that'll get real awkward real quick. Let's see, maybe the Sharpie will work. So, yeah, there's also a body plunge slide that's let's see, that's the one that goes through the pool filled with guests, like the one they have in Atlantis. They have a bunch of other ones. They're gonna have two lazy rivers. One's an action lazy river, and it's gonna have more waves and whitewater rapids. The other one's gonna be more traditional lazy river. There's gonna be a leisure pool. There's gonna be a bunch of awesome slides. There's going to be all these really cool kids places. There's going to be a bunch of unique things. I think there's going to be the first like I'm trying to figure out where this is at. Like there's a bunch of unique things coming to this park, and it's insane, especially considering how they're touching on concierge level service. There's going to be like
2-story cabanas.
Exactly, 2-story cabanas which we're renting. And then, like full-scale restaurants. Taylor at Orlando United says there's going to be 3 upscale. Well, not upscale. There's going to be 3 sit-down restaurants in the park.
Orlando Informer.
Did I say United?
Yeah.
Oh damn! I always do that. Long story on that front. Anyways,
classic Joe.
Taylor from Orlando Informer. There we go. So, I guess. Banks, what are your thoughts on all the info that's come out?
I've got a year to get my body ready for swimsuits, so I'm going to start working on that right now. I'm excited. Like I've always been kind of like a how do you say, like a closet fan of water parks. I don't go very often, but when I do, I actually love doing it. I grew up in Texas, so I don't know if y'all have heard of Schlitterbahn.
Yep.
I used to go there as a kid a lot, and that was kind of like my introduction to water parks, and so everything I've kind of based off of Schlitterbahn, and this sounds like it could be even better. The fact that there's 2 lazy rivers, one that's in action, that's pretty awesome. The one piece of concept art that I saw that has the slide ending feet above the water, where you just fly through the air and into the water, I think that's freaking awesome.
It reminds me of a river country.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think this will be a big hit for Universal getting into the water park business. What do y'all think though about Universal just touting this as their third park?
I think I have a conspiracy theory on this that it's so they can charge nearly the same admission price.
Okay.
You can charge $80 or $100 and go, nope. You can buy the 3 theme park pass, and here's how much it costs, and then you can justify charging as much as you charge for Islands or USF if you call it your third theme park. I don't think that the theming is going to be on the level of either of those 2 parks.
I can see that. But I'm excited.
My theory for the third park is that they have information from guests that having 2 parks means they have half as much to do as Disney, even though they probably have the same amount or a little bit less. So the third park gets them to 3 parks, and then the additional park that's built on the new land brings them to 4 official theme parks, which gives them perceived parity with Walt Disney World.
Bingo, bango.
So that's
and
my
perceived
thought.
the same price.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my theory. Is like I think that's why they're kind of moving towards that theme park angle, but that's just my take. But I'm super excited for the water park. I'm not really a water park person, but I'm more than game doing all the lazy rivers. What are your thoughts, Nick?
It's cool.
Thank you, Nick. Very so concise.
It's a water park. I mean, I'm not a big water park person.
But imagine if you took the Cabana Bay Lazy River
a water theme park though. You know that's a whole game changer there. You know,
is it a whole different park at night?
I mean, at night it's basically the 4th theme park.
Oh boy! Oh, that's a deep joke. But imagine you take the lazy river from Cabana Bay, and then you take the Hideaway Bar, and you combine it into a tropical setting.
I mean, I figure it's gonna be like a better themed Aquatica, and I like Aquatica, so I mean, and Aquatica's already pretty themed. I think it's just gonna be, with the volcano and all that, it's gonna go to another level than Aquatica. I don't really know how to put that. I'm not trying to diss Aquatica because I like Aquatica. So I'm cool with it.
Make it clean and keep it clean, and treat it like a resort, not like a seedy water park. And I think they'll have no problem filling it up every single day, all year round.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great for the resort. I mean, it's just another thing to do there.
Mike, what are your thoughts?
I can't wait to go. It's going to be fun.
Cool. Any other thoughts on Cabana Bay, guys?
Cabana Bay is a nice hotel.
Yes, and Volcano Bay. Any last thoughts on Volcano Bay?
I want to go now.
Yes, it's going to be.
I'm really looking forward to the Rapid River.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun. Those really are fun.
So, Banks, have you been on any water coasters or anything like that?
Only water coaster I've been on is the one at Typhoon Lagoon. I didn't get Schlitterbahn after they opened theirs, so
yeah. Okay.
That's my only kind of one to judge off of. But I like it. They're pretty fun.
Yeah. Just wondering. I've been on the Wildebeest at Holiday World, and that was a bunch of fun, so that's a good one. So moving on real quick, Mike, you have more information on this since you have the latest scoops, the hottest scoops.
Scoops. Lawyer
Scoops. Michael Scoops. Won't say last name. There's a new hotel coming to Universal Orlando that was like pretty much leaked by Growth Spotter today. Mike?
Yeah. I'm trying to find it.
Jeez. Oh, God. I was setting you up and you had all the info and I told you you'd be ready to go.
Yeah, okay. So, Orlando Business Journal did some digging after the initial news today, and it appears that a trademark was filed for the name in 2015, Aventura Hotel at Universal. 600 hotel rooms with a connected parking garage, and it'll be in a tower-type structure. Yeah. That's pretty much it, right? It's exciting.
With speculation being it's like Spanish-themed?
Well, there's an Aventura boutique hotel in Los Angeles, and there's also a nice hotel called in Port Aventura in Spain, which apparently Universal used to own, and that was all dug up by NJ Brandon, who does our permits pretty much now. Not our permits, but permits for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The collective hour, not just Parkscope. So yeah, that's exciting, and it seems like they've been kind of working on it for a while. But they're using every last inch of dirt they have on that property for hotels and themed attractions.
So with that hotel room and the Cabana Bay expansion, that's 2,800 rooms. Then it's 2,000 between Royal Pacific and Sapphire, so that's 48. And then we're looking like 7,000 hotel rooms overall.
What was their 5-year goal?
10,000.
15,000, I thought. Maybe
Something
it was
like that.
10,000.
Something insane.
Yeah. So I'm super excited. It sounds good, but I don't know enough. So it's more exciting. Hey, they're building more stuff while they're building stuff, and they're still building more stuff.
Yeah, I guess the idea is that now that Sapphire's done, they can move on to the next one.
Yeah, good point.
And I guess maybe since they're already building towers for Cabana Bay, maybe the two kind of go hand in hand. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a much different construction. I mean, similar, but it's a different way of construction if it's going to go the way this is going to go. Because this is going to be more like a city hotel with maybe a 3 to 4 story parking deck underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
With the piece of land they have and the number of rooms they're trying to put in, this is going to be like building a hotel in the middle of a city versus Sapphire, where they just kind of built a resort.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 acres or something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Banks, any thoughts?
I mean, I love seeing Universal constantly expanding both with their attractions and their hotels. So I think it's obvious. I think it's kind of an odd location. I mean, it's right there, right next to where they just built Sapphire and that retention pond. And I really feel that, you know, the more they build right there, especially with the water park as well, the traffic right there on that exit ramp is going to get pretty horrific pretty quickly. At least I think it will. I don't know. Maybe they'll build some sort of new road system. I don't know. But do we know for sure? Is it going to go right there, or is it maybe going over to Wet and Wild?
They updated the story. The original story was they're building it on America Avenue or America Way, and they showed the area south of Sapphire Falls. Okay. But the thing was, like, they accidentally said it wrong, so it's actually going to be on Adventure Way, which is going to be right next to Sapphire Falls. So it's not going to be the Wet and Wild plot. That was kind of confusing. They updated the story.
Okay.
Here's another question. Would this be the hotel that they're going to build on the Funlum plot at Universal Studios Hollywood? Because we know how the inside Universal guys love that Funlum plot.
I was under the impression they were just in the grab-and-go construction business in the West Coast.
In the logo changing business.
Yeah, big into that.
Okay. So, I mean, there's not much else to say except that it's breaking news. So, yeah, that's about it, really. So, the next bit of news, actually, it's crazy that we haven't actually talked about this yet because we've been away for about 3 weeks now, but Halloween Horror Nights has an icon.
Off-season break, y'all.
Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights has an icon.
We haven't talked about that yet?
No, we have
the best icon.
Yeah, we have not technically talked about it because it came out. I think it was after our last episode.
I thought we talked about it.
Did we? I'm looking.
Pretty sure.
Nope, we did not.
Yeah, Sean.
Nope.
Okay.
Our last episode was on the 5th, and then that came out on the 6th, so it was the next day. So we hinted at it, but we did not say it officially.
What's your stance on HHN, Banks?
On Chance being the icon?
On Horror Nights overall, I'm not quite familiar with your opinion of it.
I'm more of a recent person, like fell in love with HHN more recently. I didn't go to HHN until 2010. That was my first year, and from that year, the 20th year, I just absolutely fell in love with it because I've always been a fan of horror movies and of movie sets and stuff like that, coming from the entertainment business back in Louisiana. So doing that, it was just like, oh my gosh, I felt like I was stepping in a movie. Where has this been all my life? So ever since then, I've been a huge fan of HHN, and I've been reading up on all history and all the icons, and I think this is going to be another fun year. And I kind of like that this is basically a sequel to last year.
Yeah,
I like that storyline.
A sequel we wanted.
Yeah,
everybody wanted it.
Yeah,
except for that one guy.
Well, it's that one guy who thinks. Yeah. Anyway, the storyline is that Chance and Jack are paying for their sins, basically, of last year's Carnage Returns, and Jack is like in his Jack in the Box, which is whatever, and I don't know, it's an allegory or something. Who knows? Or he's just like a phantom, whatever. Anyway, the point is, we believe that Chance is locked up in Shady Brook. Was it? We're thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, Shady Brook, and she has an alternate dimension in her mind where she's still carrying out Carnage, but there's a different thing in real life.
And that's going to be our 3D house?
That's what I've been told.
In the Shrek building?
I don't know if it's the Shrek building, that's what I've heard. No comment otherwise. 3D house, Shady Brook. So, it sounds good. It sounds fun. I'm excited. Especially with another strong icon, especially a strong female icon, I think is good. Especially horror. God, man. So, yep. Anything else, guys, about Chance as the icon?
I love Aaron. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I've known Aaron. I think the first time I met her was 2011. I worked on a failed movie project with her, and yeah, she's just been an amazing person. And to see her bring Chance to life, she is Chance. No one else can play her. She's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. And that's interesting that you brought that up, because there's talk online of how, like, there's people who are like, oh, well, she'll never, like, actually do Chance in the park, or other things. It's like this really crazy thing, like, people are trying to figure out where Chance will be in the park besides the house. Because, like, the house chances, I can see them being, like, how they did Jack in the house, where they just pop out, or it's all pre-recorded stuff. But, like, how... Yeah, I guess she's going to do a show.
Yeah,
I would hope that she would do a show.
I think she's going to do the Magic Murder Show again.
I could see that.
It'll be so much fun.
Yeah, I could see that. But they also said that she's going to have a scare zone, too. So maybe they'll have a scare zone / show. I don't know.
Maybe there'll just be some Chance
maybe
types.
a perch type thing.
She can't be on the street, like,
She
at
can't be on
ground
the street,
level.
no.
No.
It's gonna have to either be a show or something like they did with the Purge with the auction, where it just kind of happened and she would be like up above everybody.
Yeah, it'd be like one of the shows they have in the scare zones, or how they had the icons last year in the scare zone.
I just feel like Erin's bigger than that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. She'll be in the show. She'll be in a show, 100%. Or in a video or something around the house. Like, she's too good to put on the street, and she's too good to put in a house.
They couldn't put her on the street.
No.
She'd be harassed too much.
Exactly. So, any last thoughts, guys, real quick on Chance?
I'm looking forward to the merch. Get me a Chance lanyard or something.
Yeah.
Something cool, cozy, tumbler, coffee mug.
Yep, agree.
Cool. Do you guys even want to touch on this Guardians of the Galaxy rumor, or do you just want to go into Banks talking about stuff?
Let's just touch on it.
Okay.
Everyone thinks Guardians of the Galaxy is going to go in anywhere at Walt Disney World possible. So you could, like, people are just now playing Mad Libs with one of the nouns being Guardians of the Galaxy and the second noun being something in Future World. Okay. Is that a solid review of what has happened?
Sort of. I think that's a fair review.
And whether it's true or not, people are still just mad-libbing with whatever. Oh, it could go in here. Oh, it could go in here.
Well, ever since Disney had the Guardians characters meeting at that one special event party, like it's just been insane with the rumors that they can bring Guardians of the Galaxy now whenever they want, and it's just rumor after rumor ever since then.
And there's a 3-second clip in Great Movie Ride, guys. Totally, it's okay. I guess we'll see.
At least, I'm just glad that the rumors at least have gone away from our Tower of Terror.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think right now there's a bunch of Imagineers who are coming up at the end of their fiscal year and just want to keep their jobs.
But, like, this is the best they can come up with?
Well, no, I think... well, actually, bluntly... Well, I mean, we've heard from, like, Mice Chat and those guys that Chapek wants Marvel in the parks. And Guardians of the Galaxy seems to be the ones that they could possibly put at Disney World, maybe-ish, if they ignore, agreements. But the idea being, hey, attach yourself to the most viable project now so you're okay when it comes to August, September. That's what I'm looking at. And I mean, and there's so many different rumors because there's probably a bunch of different ideas. I mean, remember when they were talking about like the 80 Star Wars ideas they had? Like Disneyland's Tomorrowland was supposed to be redone. They're going to put the Astro Orbiter on like up there by Space Mountain. Like all that stuff. I have no doubt that those are real ideas. It's just that it doesn't mean that was actually close to reality. It's just a bunch of people creating content.
Yeah, it's not funded. And it's double worse because people can create online content from it.
Yeah, or they're told, "Hey, hey, guess what, guys? I tried this out, or I'm creating this, or a group of 5 of us have laid out a plan and did some concept art." And then they talk about it, and then it gets treated as fact. And then that's when the green light stuff comes, and now all of a sudden Tron's coming to Epcot. Who knows?
Could be.
So now it just sounds rumors. Now it sounds like a bunch of Shanghai people just want to save their asses and stay at WDI come next fiscal quarter. Who knows? I don't know yet. I've heard Mission Space, if anything, but I still don't think it's happening. But who knows? So
I think the more crazy shit that comes out, the more unlikely it all becomes. Like, you just keep hearing new stuff every day, and it's like, well...
You mean
now it's like,
you mean a Guardians of the Galaxy second phase that's going to replace Wonders of Life? Coming from the same people who swear that there's a 4th phase already budgeted and ready to go for Hollywood studios. So, yeah, we know how that's
I'm also
go.
kind of amused that they were going to reuse the energy building. I don't know how feasible that is. Like, it doesn't seem like you could do it with... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. They put a Frozen ride in Maelstrom, so what do I know?
Well, it's gonna be a glorious 38 minutes of Star-Lord teaching us about energy.
Well, it's like the most credible source has them not using Marvel branding and not using Guardians of the Galaxy branding. So it's like, what does this even mean?
It's Walt Disney World's come experience this attraction. We promise you'll like it, but we can't say anything. And it's just Bob Iger winking at you in the ad.
with a cassette tape in his hand or something.
Yeah. He's like, enjoy our mixtape. Wink, wink.
The universe of mixtape.
I think the only thing we can all agree on here is that Mike is wrong that this movie is not good. Because this movie is fantastic.
Mike is entitled to his opinion.
But he's wrong.
But we're also entitled
opinion. Listen,
that his opinion.
I've tried about 3 times to watch this film, and I just cannot get into it. For whatever reason.
I haven't figured out what you do like. We've been friends for 4 years now, and I don't know what you like.
He likes House of Cards.
Okay.
Game of Thrones, James Bond, Harry Potter.
There you go. James Bond.
Stuff.
Tigers.
Every Marvel movie except for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Survivor.
Really?
Bow ties.
Yes.
Bourbon.
Everyone likes
American
Bourbon.
Aquarium.
That's true.
Yes.
How was the show last night?
Oh, it was amazing. They're getting better and better. It's crazy.
So good.
Anyway, so...
I wonder if American Aquarium's going to be on the mixtape rod.
We're not from the 70s.
Guys are derailing this. Stop it. So
let's talk about what happened to Orlando this summer.
No, we're not. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I thought you meant other things. Yes.
No.
Let's talk about
specifically theme park related that one of us has been on.
Yes. Yes, as we all look at Banks.
Oh, okay.
Who, me?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, no, I thought
We're
we
going
were
to talk about the carousel.
Yeah. Shut up, Nick. That's right, everyone. We're talking about Joey Fatone's new hot dog restaurant that's opening at Arrington Station. No,
Fat ones.
Yeah. So we brought Banks on because he's the only one of us who's been on a bunch of rides, and he hasn't been on in a while.
I see. Okay.
And you've seen shows too.
And we missed you. And it's our 100th episode. So yeah, all those things.
There you go.
100th episode celebration starring Banks.
It's our 100th anniversary spectacular starring Troy McClure.
And we like saying Texarkana.
There you go.
Yes.
So, Banks, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I have 4 things down right now. I have the Star Wars fireworks, Soaring Around the World, Frozen, and Kong.
Yes.
Anyone that you want to start on first? Anything that else you've done? Because I'm
Mako?
I don't fit on Mako.
Oh, shit.
What about the Mickey show?
So thanks for bringing
I'm
that.
sorry, Banks.
Yeah, actually,
Have you ridden
that's
Cobra
why
Curse?
I didn't put Mako on there.
No, I did ride Cobra's Curse, and then the new castle show at Magic Kingdom as well.
But did they
I mean, I'll talk
Gator?
briefly about all this stuff here.
Okay. Start with whatever you want.
All right. Well, I'll do it in the order you got here. We'll start with Cobra's Curse over in Busch Gardens. Excellent addition to their park. It's a wonderful family coaster. You don't, if you're a huge thrill seeker, don't go in expecting huge thrills because they made it for families. It's got some great elements to it that will make you smile and laugh, but it's meant for the families to ride together, and the theming is it's pretty good for Busch Gardens. The theming is excellent. I've never seen them really theme a queue and a ride this much before, with this whole story of the Snake King, and then the projections in the queue look great as well. I definitely would highly recommend it next time you head over to Tampa.
Awesome. And it also has segments where you're going forward, backwards, and then also spinning, right?
Yeah, it's like a first of its kind coaster that does all 3 things, and the transitions between going forward, backward, and spinning are seamless. It's very smooth attraction. The spinning, you'll definitely want a fat guy like me next to you because you'll get the spinning going pretty quickly. And yeah, it's got, and because of the spinning, it really does have a good re-rideability. Because I'm not trying to joke or anything, but you have a fat guy with you, you put someone skinny on the other side, put all the heavy people on one side, and then that way all the weight causes the spinning to go. So that's a good tip to know next time or when you go ride it.
Nice. Cool. You guys have any questions about Cobra's Curse? I'll take that as a no.
Huh?
Oh, God. Nick, do you have any questions about Cobra's Curse?
Nah. It looks cool.
There we go. Banks, do you want to touch on the new Castle show a little bit real quick?
Yeah.
Sans Louis the Alligator.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I completely forgot that he was supposed to be in the show until after I saw it, and I saw someone online saying that they got axed him. I was like, I didn't even realize it. The way that they cut him out of it is, pretty seamless. You don't even know he's supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they cut him out, too, because I heard he was almost there.
Oh.
Good night, everybody. It's a cute show. I mean, it's definitely not on par with Dream Along. But of course, Dream Along ran for 10 years, so everyone, still has a lot of fond memories of that show. So it's always weird watching a new show because you're like, I still want the old show back. But you see it a couple of times, and it's for what it is. It's a nice daily show. You see it once, you're probably good for a little while. Music's catchy. I like the fact that they incorporate more modern characters. I know a lot of people miss the classic Disney animated characters, but I like that Princess and the Frog and Tangled and Frozen are included in it, and the orchestrations of those songs are excellent. The choreography is fun. I think my one gripe with the show is the fact there isn't a villain. It's not bad, but it feels like there needs to be some sort of
Conflict?
Yeah. So it's not really a story to it, except that, they're all coming together to celebrate. There needs to be someone to come and disrupt that celebration.
And that's a function of the recent Disney films not having strong villains.
Yeah. But
Or villains at all.
Right.
Right. I like that there's more fireworks at the end. That's a nice little touch. But there's really no big wow moment at the end, like where the stage would rise with Mickey and Minnie on it at the end of Dream Along. Yeah, it's just if you're there in the park, catch it. But it's not something you're going to want to try and see every time you go to the park.
Cool. I've never been a huge fan of the castle shows for various reasons. I mean, they clog up everything. Shows aren't my thing necessarily, and also, I mean, like
Wait, what?
No, no.
What?
Yeah, shows aren't my thing if they're not in Diagon Alley. There we go. Yeah, come on.
What? Wait. This is the guy who said, "Who are the people in the horror makeup show? Which actors are doing it?"
I like horror makeup too.
Shows aren't his thing.
They're not necessarily my thing. I like very specific ones.
It's very important for me to know who the actors are in your show that you're watching.
I just want to know which ones they. Oh God.
I will say, because you made the point about how it kind of clogs the area up.
Yeah.
With that expanded hub, it doesn't really feel as clogged anymore.
That's good.
Even on the opening day, the very first performance that all the entertainment cast members, everyone wanted to go see, I still felt like there was a lot of room to move around.
It's good.
Cool. And I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted by Nick and Mike, was like I do not remember the last time I walked through the castle.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Last
remember.
trip. Woo, woo.
I don't think it was like maybe early 2000s, maybe 15 years ago.
It's hard to time. You're right.
You haven't run enough marathons, Joe.
Yeah, well, there you go. I've run no marathons, so yeah,
Not enough.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I walked through the castle, like up that way. So
You haven't rope dropped Mern Train.
that's why. That's why. You know me and my Mern train. So
So good.
Any
Love
questions? Any questions for Banks about the castle show?
It's not really our demographic.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Who's doing the snapping noise, Mike?
No.
Now it's done. Okay. So, yep, it's the Parkscope Unprofessional Podcast Hour. So, Banks, do you want to touch on the Star Wars fireworks?
Yeah. I know it's yet another Star Wars thing going on in studios, but honestly, I feel like this is the best thing they could add until the land is finished. Like, this show is just wow. Best night aside from Fantasmic. I'm not even counting that, but in terms of like the fireworks and all the stuff that used to go on behind the theater there, it's the best nighttime show that park has seen in a long time. I haven't gotten back recently since they added the fire flamethrowers. But I've seen a photo of that, and it's pretty insane to see those shooting off on top of the theater. The one gripe I have about the show is the fireworks, the actual fireworks, the fact that they're off center. I mean, I know why they did it, but it just doesn't. It looks kind of weird to see them off to the right a little bit, but the projections are just so crisp and clear, and they use the space very well for the projections, and the scenes that they've put into them and the effects. It's almost I didn't even know this was going to happen, but some of the fireworks shoot off in a 180 around you. So there's stuff shooting off of Superstar Television, off of the old animation building. They put lights in the trees around there that correspond with the show. It really is an all-encompassing nighttime, like the name says, spectacular. And it's definitely, if you're a Star Wars fan, you cannot miss the show. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and it just gave me chills. And it's definitely something that I will probably see more at night than Fantasmic.
Well, I mean, it is Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios, though. You don't have to wait.
Show.
I don't like that show. Also, I don't want to wait an hour and a half to see that show.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never really go see Fantasmic because I don't want to go an hour and a half before the show damn starts.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it feels like though that there's not a lot of areas to watch this Star Wars show and get a good view. It's mainly just that center area. If you're a little further back on Hollywood Boulevard, then a lot of the projections get blocked by trees and stuff. So the best place really is the center area. And with the dessert party, that becomes very limited of how many people can stand there. I don't know if that's something they can fix in the future, but it's you don't want to get there early. I would say probably about 30, 45 minutes early.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing some photos of people who are comparing the old, I think it was when they did the special show for Star Wars for like one of the events, and they actually had the larger fireworks, and you could see it from outside the park, but now you can't even see it there, but it's like the same show almost in a way. So it's because they moved that fireworks location.
Yeah, it's y'all know where they moved it, right? It'll just across World Drive.
Yeah.
There's two things. One, I like that they moved. I say I don't like it from viewing it from the park, but I like it from viewing it from home because now I can see the fireworks from my house, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Two, I'm curious though about people driving down World Drive while the fireworks are going off, and what happens if a shell falls down.
Remember that scene from Twister?
Left.
Yeah, left.
Because I remember working as custodial in Fantasyland and having shells rain down in Fantasyland because the wind picked up.
Yeah.
And so I can't imagine like what would happen if the wind picked up while people were driving down World Drive, but that's another thing. But yeah, all in all, definitely check this out if you're a Star Wars fan. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's definitely worth seeing just to see how encompassing it is.
It seems really good. It seems like one of the better things they've done. Whole
of all the Star Wars stuff they've added, I feel it's the best thing they've added Star Wars wise, and it's a good thing to end on before Star Wars Land opens up. Let's keep all right. No more Star Wars until that opens up.
No more Star Wars until 5 years from now.
Unless they add like a scene or two of Star Tours, that's fine. But nothing like big, like a show or another daytime stage show or something like that. Let's stop right here for a little bit.
I have a bad feeling that they're not going to stop.
Yeah,
they're going to keep trying. Like, it may not be like huge new things, but they're just going to be like, hey, we're going to use that center stage for another Star Wars show. And like they're going to keep trying until they hit something.
They'll replace the Frozen sing-along with the Star Wars Bill Murray sing-along show.
Yes, I can get behind this.
That's fine.
Lane, cue up the Yes Queen. Do you have that, Lane?
Edit in post.
Well, put it in post. Never mind then. So, is Lane even there?
I think Lane post.
Maybe.
Okay,
yes,
there.
Queen. Yes, Queen.
There we go.
Here's a good one. Okay.
Thank you. We need that. We need that every episode now. Okay. So let's get to the big three ones now.
Toy Story Mania third track.
Yes, Toy Story Midway Mania third track, everyone.
Wait.
I've actually not gone to that yet. I know. I fail.
Yeah, just throw your blogger card into the shredder.
I'll rip it up.
Yeah, just you can ship it back to us. We'll burn it. It's like when you have to dispose of an American flag. So Banks, what do you want to cover first? Soarin', Frozen, or Kong?
Let's do Soarin' first.
Okay.
I feel that's of the big three. That's lesser than the other two, but it's still it's an update to Soarin'. I mean, the visuals are pretty great. I feel like that they are really relying on a lot of CGI elements on this one than they did on the California one. A lot of it just seems fake. Like a lot of the animals, the people, like flying over the Taj Mahal. Like I look really closely, and some of those people look CGI.
I think the whole
ground.
Taj Mahal scene is CGI.
I kind of, I was kind of feeling that. Like, just rewatching, like, I saw someone post a video on YouTube that's like the almost damn near source quality video of that ride, and like really looking at that sequence, it feel like they weren't granted access, so they just built it all in CG.
That's the rumor, because you're not allowed to fly over the Taj Mahal. That's what I've been told. So that seems all CG.
It's
Then why even do it?
I don't know.
No clue.
I don't know, but it's, if you've been on the original story, you'll want to go on this one because it's some of the movements they've kind of worked on it, because there's some points where you really start to feel like on the Great Wall, you feel like you're really starting to go fast, and you feel that, and that's pretty cool. And I hate that they got rid of the orange smell, but some of the new smells are pretty nice. Yeah, it's kind of like a, if you get a chance, go do it. But the one time I rode it, I unfortunately got the furthermost seat.
Ooh.
So it was incredibly warped when I rode it, and I don't remember soaring over California being warped when you sat on the end. So that was it kind of took me out of it a little bit. Yeah, seeing that.
One of the theories with the warped is that there's so many man-made elements and perpendicular lines to the ground that it really emphasizes the warping as opposed to more of the natural kind of landscapes that the original film did.
The Eiffel Tower sequence is, oh my gosh, that it almost makes a complete 180 in the warp for the Eiffel Tower. It's bad. But my biggest biggest thing I love about that is that we finally get our Epcot ending.
Yay!
And that's pretty cool.
And they shoot fireworks off in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's really weird. Although it's a really cool hidden Mickey at the end doing that. But yeah, that was another thing where I noticed that it looked like all the people in the park were CGI.
I could see that.
Because when you fly over Spaceship Earth, the parking lot has no cars in it. They could have edited those out, but it just, watching that video online, it just, the people look fake.
Yeah.
Which, then that's, like I said, that's kind of one of my biggest gripes, is that they really, really brought up a lot of the CGI elements to it, and so some of it seems like not real.
And it seems like they had to do a lot of the CGI to get those transitions.
Yeah, like the plane in Sydney, and there's a bird that flies across the screen, I think, at one point.
Whales, the elephants.
Yeah. Oh, the elephants. Oof. But it is what it is. But it's good to go around the world now and not just California. But I'll miss the California version. Went on that many times. But it's a nice update, but not something to go every single time that you're at the park.
Okay.
Maybe get a fast pass or rope drop it once, and then from there, I will say the third theater is a blessing, because I think the most I've seen the standby is maybe an hour at most.
Yeah, and that's much better than what it was before, especially considering we're in peak season right now. So
yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good. So which one do you want to talk about next, Frozen or Kong?
Let's do Frozen.
Okay.
All right. So let's not even talking about how it doesn't fit at all. I think it is, because I don't want to. I see a lot of people complaining about people always being very positive and kissing Disney's ass, and they paid them to say nice things. So I'm trying not to sound like that kind of person, and because I'm not, but I liked it. I really did. I think it was an excellent update of the ride. They really used the space perfectly. The fact that they moved the load to the old unload area and added some new scenes was brilliant. The animatronics are some of the best I've ever seen when they work. The oldest, especially the first Olaf, looks just damn near good. And I've always been a fan of Frozen. I like the movie. So I enjoyed the ride. I enjoy the new lyrics to the songs where they kind of change it up, have different characters sing different songs. I think the thing that made me laugh the most was Olaf trying to sing to For the First Time in Forever, and all he's just doing is la la laing, and then he goes, I don't even know this song. So that made me laugh, and all in all, I'm really happy with the update. I'll miss Maelstrom. It was a fun ride to do every now and then, but for this one, I'm excited because I can bring Spencer on. It has no height requirement, so it's one of those few rides that I can actually take my daughter with me at this time, because she's not tall enough to do a lot of things. But she can do this, and that makes me happy, big
That's
time.
good. How do you like the queue?
The queue looks nice. I love that they used, like I said, the exit area, and they used the theater to really expand the queue inside. Because that was my biggest worry when they announced it. It's just like, there's not a lot of queue inside this building. How are they going to handle this? But they did it. They flipped the sides, and they did a good job with it. The queue's nicely themed. Some fun little elements in there. But it definitely feels like they really need to up the capacity of this ride because the line moves so slow.
Well, I mean, there's only so much they can do by putting it into Maelstrom.
Yeah, I knew this was coming, but it is what it is, and I don't know how long it's going to be before those lines get down to acceptable levels and where they don't close the standby every single freaking day.
Yeah, I mean, reportedly reportedly Maelstrom at its best had a little bit under 1,000 people an hour capacity.
Ugh.
So. Yeah, and they've lengthened the ride, so that's good. But at the same time, they don't have one unload and one load station. So
yeah,
I don't know. It sounds rough. It sounds rough. And
hey, at least they added an on-ride photo.
Yay! Woo!
So Banks, how early do I have to get there to rope drop this thing?
Well, when I went on opening day, I got there at 7:30, and I still waited about an hour.
Oh.
Wow.
But that's because everyone was running to get there.
Right. Yeah.
I would probably say nowadays, and maybe even by the time fall gets here, I mean, well, you want to get to Epcot extra early. I'd say maybe 8:30, anywhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. But because luckily the ride does open at 9 with the park and not at 11 with the rest of World Showcase. So by the time because you're coming down when, September?
July.
2 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you might want to get there a little earlier then. Summer crowds.
I think we could probably outrun a lot of these people, though.
Yeah, I probably could.
Or walk fast.
I think the blogger crowds have died down now for this ride.
Yeah.
I think all you got to do is just kind of outrun some families.
Well, a lot of them can get fast passes. We can't get fast passes because we're getting in a non-traditional way.
Right.
So we have to all our only options rope dropping.
Yeah, I would say probably just get there about 8:15.
Okay.
Do they does it open for extra magic hours in the morning? Do you know?
You know what? I do not know that information. I would imagine they do because I think I remember seeing someone on Twitter saying that they were waiting outside of Epcot on an EMH day, and they're like, and 8:30 the ride is at a 90-minute wait, and now it's closed. So, yeah, you might want to rope drop on a non-EMH day.
Okie dokie, then.
So, it sounds like a good Fantasyland dark ride.
Yes, it would be great in Fantasyland.
Yes, I think that's a lot of things that people agree on is this looks like a great Fantasyland dark ride with a new ride system. If it wasn't in Epcot and using a 900 person per hour boat ride system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as much as it would be great to like remove the ride system and the actual location of the attraction from the review of the attraction, they're sort of intertwined in a way that you can't fully remove it. So, yeah, but I mean, it does look really good. So
Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
It is what it is. I mean, it's going to be there. And taking out the whole does it fit argument, they did an excellent job updating this, and I think it's an excellent replacement for the ride. I'm very impressed with how much they got done in I think a year and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very pleased and I was surprised by it. It exceeded my expectations, and my expectations were pretty in the middle.
Yeah. Have you been to the new meet and greet area there? Too?
I have. I've been there a couple of times, and I love that they what they did with that because it's a capacity monster. It really eats up the lines pretty quickly. I waited on opening day for Frozen. I waited maybe 25 minutes for that.
Oh, nice.
At most. So I mean, I imagine that the ride is taking up a lot of the guests. They're kind of bypassing the meet and greet to go to the ride, but. From what all I've heard, they've rarely had to use the extended outdoor queue for that meet and greet.
Thank goodness, because it only has 15-minute wait or whatever. for the indoor queue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Although there's a really nice Maelstrom knot in the queue that I really wish they would sell on like pins or something.
well, that's very typical of Disney to release nice merchandise for their dead rides that people care about. So,
Right? Oh, I love my source, my Earful Tower shirt that they sold right after they got rid of the thing.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Do they have a Backlot Tour shirt yet?
No, I have not seen even when that ride was open. I have not seen any sort of Backlot Tour merchandise. The closest I ever really saw in recent years was a Vinylmation in one of those park series that was the tram with Catastrophe Canyon. But no, I haven't seen any sort of Backlot merch.
You think they would do like a Catastrophe Canyon shirt or something?
You would think that would actually be a pretty neat like Disney history shirt on Disney History Now. But yeah, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I love that was my ride.
Yep.
Even though it was well past its prime, I still love that thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just imagine like in Catastrophe Canyon like oil company shirt or something like that with the logo. That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we got one last one, Banks. Let's talk about Kong.
Big one. Of all the things that have opened in Orlando this summer, this is by far my favorite. I loved this. I mean, the only negative thing I have to say about it is that the ride itself, even though the ride itself has a nice fair length to it, it feels short. It feels like it needs one more scene. The story kind of like goes out the window halfway through the ride, and they just kind of forget about the story. I mean, there's a story to it, and you can definitely follow along the story through the ride. But then when you get it at one point, it's just like, oh, forget the story. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the queue itself is an attraction of itself, and we've all been talking about this online ever since they started the softs. This queue is just it's HHN basically for the whole year. I love it. I got scared my first time through it. I was going through just enjoying the queue at first before I did any videos, and we got to the part where the characters are at, and this character came out, and I screamed like a girl. But the ride itself is a lot of fun. The capacity is insane. I would suggest not sitting in the front row. I mean, if you want to see the animatronic, you can sit in the front row. But if you want to enjoy the ride, don't sit in the front row. I could not. That was my first ride, and it was hard to really see everything. I was kind of hurting my neck trying to turn around to see everything. Definitely sit in the middle, and from the middle to the back of the ride vehicle to really get a good enjoyment of that. The animatronic is just the photos and videos don't do it justice. You got to see it in person just to see how intricate his expressions are. I just love this. This is definitely going to be a ride that I'm going to do almost every trip I go to Islands of Adventure.
Nice. You guys have any questions for Banks about Frozen or Kong? Nick, Mike, I think Lane dropped. I'm not sure.
I'm still here.
Oh, you're
Lane's
still
here?
Okay, cool. You're just showing up with like the little dots, like you're trying to connect.
Yeah, I'm going mute.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm just cool. Just checking, bro.
Letting Banks run the show, man. It's awesome.
That's good.
So is Kong open all day long yet, or is it still spotty?
I think it's still spotty. I haven't been since the first week of softs, so I'm not quite sure, but I do feel like it's starting to open earlier in the day. Not at Park Open, but probably by noon. I'm thinking it's opening now, and I'm probably continue opening earlier and earlier until that they're comfortable enough to open it all day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I haven't been following the times that they've been opening it up, but I have seen that they have been opening it every day, so that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Have you done the outside portion of the attraction, or you just go on the inside?
I've done the outside. I haven't done the inside portion yet. Okay,
so you haven't done that cutaway kind of thing.
No. Okay. The two times I've been on it, we went outside both times, and I've had two different drivers, and that's definitely something that is pretty cool to the ride because it does change the story a little bit depending on the driver you have. That's a neat little element to it.
Yeah. Which two drivers have you had?
I had, and I can't remember their names, but one was a African American guy, and one was a white guy from like Brooklyn or New York or something.
Okay.
Oh, what was his name? Like something about his luck or something like that. I can't remember
Okay.
off the top of my head.
Okay, cool. Because the one I saw was, of course, that one infamous video with the native driver that was uploaded, and that seemed pretty good too. But the AAs seem pretty good on the ride vehicles. They don't seem too bad because there's some.
Oh no, yeah. Seeing them from the front row, they look and move like real people. It's kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it helps that they kind of like dirtied up the windows so you can't get a good clear look at it, but it's still pretty neat.
Nice. You guys have any more questions? ... Any more?
No, I'm good.
I was looking at the name. I was looking at the name of the drivers because I couldn't remember them.
Okay.
I guess Jinx Costanza.
Jinx.
Yeah,
That's it.
I can't wait to ride in 2 weeks. I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
We're gonna have fun.
And hopefully Hulk. Woo-hoo.
Oh yeah, me and Mike on Hulk.
yeah. There's like a rumor that Hulk may be soft opening soon.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything, but I wouldn't be surprised now that walls are starting to go down.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't think it will, but who knows? Like someone was teasing about it maybe opening on Friday for something or something happening Friday with like cast members.
We're keeping it. We're in contact with Universal right now because, as you know, they canceled the Skull Island media event. So we're kind of keeping an eye on when they're going to reschedule it. And I'm starting to think that they may hold it off until around when Hulk is open, so they can just add Hulk to it and make it a big old event.
Yeah,
I agree.
I totally agree. Any last questions for Banks, and we'll wrap the show up. ... Okay, cool.
Good from here, Joseph.
Awesome. Thank you, Lane. So, Banks, where can everyone find you online at?
Well, you can find me personally on Twitter at Banks Lee. You can find me at work at Attractions on Twitter and youtube.com/attractionsmagazine with our weekly show every Thursday. And that's where you can find me.
Cool. Nick, where can we find you online at?
At OrlandoUnited.com.
There we go. Lane, where can we find you at?
At Lane Nichols on Twitter, at G Lane Nichols on Instagram. 24 days till the Ironman, 72 days till the big cruise trip.
Nice. What about Snapchat? Do you want anyone to add you on Snaps?
I don't have that.
Oh, you don't have Snapchat?
I
think
have a
it's-
Snapchat.
I'm not a youth.
Oh, you need to approve me, Nick, because I sent you something and it's still pending, I think.
Oh, did you? I haven't gotten on it in about 2 weeks, so.
Jeez. You fail at social media. And Mike, where can we find you online at?
All right, first things first, I have to answer this guy. At Mike Mac 1410 asks, at Orlando United, if Magic Kingdom is King's Landing and the Orlando theme parks Westeros, what cities are the other parks? And he asked Radio OU, but they don't watch Game of Thrones, so I promise we have 100% more Game of Thrones content than Orlando United. So, here we go. 1, Magic Kingdom equals King's Landing. Epcot, Old Town / the Citadel. Animal Kingdom really couldn't figure out. Hollywood Studios, the Doom of Old Valeria, which is just like a destroyed island. Islands of Adventure, River Run, Universal Studios Florida, Winterfell, which is the antithesis of King's Landing. SeaWorld Orlando, Iron Islands, bunch of rednecks and aggravating people. Holy Land, Vegas, Dokrak. So thanks for listening, Mike Mac 1410. Hope you enjoyed our Game of Thrones content.
There we go.
And you can find me at Fort Wilderness 2 weeks from now, grilling and chilling.
Don't find it, though.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah, remember that 100% of nothing is still nothing. So there we go. For everyone, I'm Joe. You can find me at Parkscope Joe. You can find all us at parkscope.net. Go find us on iTunes. Leave us a nice review. Right? There we go. We need more party horn. More party horn.
Joe at Parkscope Peter.
Thank you, Lane. Yes, and also leave us a review. Be nice. All that fun jazz. Subscribe to us. Read articles. We have something good up on Volcano Bay. Go do that. And on behalf of everyone, Mike, you haven't done this in a while. Do you want to close us out?
First of all, thank you for allowing us to get to 100 episodes. We really appreciate
Thank you.
it.
100 episodes of Parkscope.
And thanks for joining us for our 100th episode, Banks.
Parkscope.
We love you. And 100. Love everybody. Hate everything. Convolutions.
There we go.
See ya.